Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from here. Oh man. Okay. Just lost it. Wrong quotation.
Which canto?
I'm in the heart of the devotee, and the devotee is in my heart.
Ninth chapter, ninth canto.
So.
Maybe she get the ninth canto also when you come.
Okay, ninth canto, text 4. Chapter 4, text number 68.
Ninth canto means
So, Sadhavo
Sadhavo
Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham Mad Anyat Te Na Jananti Nahang Tebhyo Manag Api Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvamaham Mad Anyate Na Jananti Naham Tebhyo Managapi Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvamaham Madanyate na jananti Naham Tebhyo Managapi Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham Madanyate na jananti Nahang Tebhyo Managapi
Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham Madanyatena Jananti Naham Tebhyo Managapi
Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham Madanyatena Jananti Naham Tebhyo Managapi Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham Madanyatena Jananti
Naham Tebhyo Managapi.
Okay. So, oh my, can I get that book? This thing keeps going. So, Sadhavaha, the pure devotees, Hridayam, in the core of the heart, Mahyam, of me, Sadhunam, of the pure devotees also, Hridayam, in the core of the heart, Tu, indeed, Aham, I am, Mat Anyat, anything else but me, Te, they, Na, not, Jananti, no, Na, not, Aham, I, Tebhyaha, then them, Manak api, even by a little fraction. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: the pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I'm always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotee does not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. Purport: since Durvasa Muni wanted to chastise Maharaj Ambarish, it is to be understood that he wanted to give pain to the heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For the Lord says, Sadhava Hridayam Mahyam, The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. The Lord's feelings are like those of a father who feels pain when his child is in pain. Therefore, offenses at the lotus feet of a devotee are serious. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has very strongly recommended that one not commit any offenses at the lotus feet of a devotee. Such offenses are compared to a mad elephant, because when a mad elephant enters a garden, it causes devastation. Therefore, one should be extremely careful not to commit offenses at the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Actually, Maharaj Ambarish was not at all at fault. Durvasa Muni unnecessarily wanted to chastise him on flimsy grounds. Maharaj Ambarish wanted to complete the Ekadasi Parana as a part of devotional service to please the Supreme Personality Godhead, and therefore he drank a little water. But although Durvasa Muni was a great mystic Brahmana, he did not know what is what. That is the difference between a pure devotee and a so-called learned scholar of Vedic knowledge. The devotees, being always situated in the core of the Lord's heart, surely get all instruction directly from the Lord, as confirmed by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamasaha tamaha nasyami atma bhavastu jnana deepena bhasvata. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. The devotee does not do anything not sanctioned by the Supreme Personality Godhead, as is said, Vaishnavera kriya mudra vigneha na bhujaya. Even the most learned or experienced person cannot understand the movements of a Vaishnava, a pure devotee. No one, therefore, should criticize a pure Vaishnava. A Vaishnava knows his own business. Whatever he does is precisely right, because he is always guided by the Supreme Personality Godhead. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunimitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamulam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savaditam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vichakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavandi Jagatpati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namstate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Shri Vrishavani Sute Devi Pranamami Ripi Panchagopatri Vishya Kripa Sindhivya Vichapatitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swaminiti Namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmas Pratikakritam Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hai Grivam Upasmahe Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinira Smarana Hai Vigna Vinashana Nayasya Hai Nijavanchita Purana. Alright, so try to keep it a little short, because we have to be out at the university soon. But wanted to specifically speak on this verse because today is Valentine's Day, 14th of February, day where there's so much love in the air. Everybody is in love. Even on Google, what is this thing? It comes up, chemistry, you bond with fellow elements. So everybody is in love. And they have some elements you match with. I don't know what the heck this is. So Valentine's Day is a day where people show their love for each other. That they come together and they buy each other flowers or whatever, love hearts or chocolate, and show the other person how much love that I have for you. That I have so much love for you. I bought these roses. Actually now they can't even get proper roses. You have to go to the store and get these artificial roses. So love makes the world go around. That's the classic quotation. That everybody is running after love. Everybody is controlled by love, actually, in this world. Everybody wants love, and everybody is controlled by love. That's why you see a man running after a woman, and the woman hankering for the man. And that is the basis of this material world. You see this, Prabhupada would say like that, the New York City is built on sex desire. It's built on the man chasing after the woman. And this is more or less defined as love in this world. That, okay, I found this person, generally the opposite sex. Now we see that it's also the same sex or whatever, so many different types of sexes there are. That now I've found the person that I can spend the rest of my life with. This is my love, and I'll give my complete heart to this. I'll completely dedicate my full heart to this. That just like here, I'm in the heart of the devotee and the devotee is in my heart. Those who are infatuated with love of this material world also have that feeling. Oh yes, this person, I'm always thinking of them. Always glorifying them. Constantly. It's just like, when you're in high school, this is generally when you're young, like you. So when you're in high school, you always, when you first time you ever fall in love, first time you ever fall in love, it's like, wow. Like, oh, you're only thinking about that person, always thinking about that person. Wow, this person was so nice, has so many nice qualities. She's so beautiful. She's so amazing. She's so smart. I wish I could be with her, such and such and such. So it is a very enlivening feeling actually to the heart to fall in love. It is to feel that sense of love. It's very enlivening. It's like it brightens your whole day. All of a sudden you hate going to school, but all of a sudden you look forward to going to school every day. You're like, wow, I can't wait to impress this person. You want to be seen by the person. You don't want to just see the person, you want to be seen by the person. When you go to school and this girl that you really love, you want to be seen by her, you want to be noticed, so you do very nice things for her. Or maybe not just nice things for her, you do very nice things in such a way that you may become top of the class, or she may know, oh, this guy's very smart, or you may play sports and show off your skills and your strength. You may show off how much money that you have. You may show off your renunciation that you have. You may show off your strength and beauty that you have by you may show off your beauty that you have by dressing very nicely, like Janardhan Krishna Prabhu. I opened his closet yesterday and he had all these different shoes from the past. And he's got he's got the Yeezys, he's got the all these things that I remember wanting, Yeezys and whatever, Ultra Boost and all these things. So you wear this for what? In order to impress someone, in order to be noticed by someone, in order to enter into their hearts. That hopefully this person will think about me like the way I think about them. So the love of this material world or love in general is, what is this? The movements of love is like that of a snake. It's very difficult to understand. Actually, it's mentioned in places that as soon as you try to define love, then you start to lose it, what it is. Because the nature of it is that you can't describe it. The nature of it is that actually it's inconceivable. How is it conceivable? How is love conceivable? It doesn't make any sense at all, actually, in terms of looking at it, if we're looking at a materialistic point of view. How does one... Chemicals, just like stupid Google here, love for your chemical. What is this? It's come up here. Chemistry, CUPD, they couple together. Bond with your fellow elements. Atheistic view. Atheistic view. That you're a bunch of elements and I'm a bunch of elements, and we'll come together and make more elements. So here, in this material world, this so-called love, it resembles actually the real love of the spiritual world, actually. It's not that it is illusion in the sense that it is temporary and it's unreal, but it is the very small exhibition of actually the nature of the spirit soul. And a misdirected desire of the conditioned soul. So this love of this material world, although seeming so great in our endeavors and our and our certain positions sometimes we're in, we start to quickly become vexed by them. You fall in love and then you fall out of love. Is that really love? Because love means not just having sex together. Love means that one is completely dedicated to the other person. So love here is, Krishna is defining that. Here Vishnu is defining that in relationship with Maharaj Ambarish. I'm always in the core of my devotee of my, I'm always within the core, the devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I'm always within the heart of the pure devotee. Always. How long does that, I don't even remember that girl's name that you first fell in love with. Okay, if I really think about it hard, maybe it will come up. But you forget, you completely forget. Or the girl that you were with, or you had so many different women that you had crushes on, so many different women that you idolized and wish you were in love with. But we completely forget. But here it means that the devotee, devotee is always within the core of the Lord's heart, and the Lord is always within the heart of the pure devotee also. So here we start to see the nature of real love. Always. How, even if we said, okay, till death do us apart and tie the knot. What? At the time of death, what will you do? When you move? Huh? Not just untied. You can say, oh, it's cut. More than untied. Untied is very, you can say oh, this sounds very peaceful, but it's cut. Because cutting means it's very rough and very hard actually. So the nature of love of this material world is actually not love. Because the definition of love is completely defeated at every moment in the endeavor to attain that love here in this material world. Because it is centered around what? Material beauty, centered around your money, centered around the wealth, wealth you have, the strength that you have. It's centered around all of these things. So, often we are told as brahmacharis, we're missing out. We're missing out. Missing out on the love of this world. You're missing out. You're not getting married. You don't have a girlfriend. You're missing out on so much. You're missing out on love of this material world. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna get married and have a wife. Where you're missing out on so much. Don't you want to experience life? Don't you want to experience what it's like to fall in love? The problem is, those people who are speaking to us, they don't. You should understand, they have no clue what real love is. Absolutely no clue. Because such people who fall in love and fall out of love writes songs like this. I sent this to you because one devotee told me about it, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is really awesome. This is the nature of love. She can kill with a smile. She can wound with her eyes, and she can ruin your faith with her casual lies. And she only reveals what she wants you to see. She hides like a child, but she's always a woman to me. She can lead you to love. She can take you or leave you. She can ask for the truth, but she'll never believe you, and she'll take what you give her as long as it's free.
That's is it free?
Yes, she steals like a thief, but she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants to. She's ahead of her time. But the main point here, and she never gives out and she never gives in. She just changes her mind, and she'll promise you the Garden of Eden. Then she'll carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding.
Yeah,
so this is the nature of love of this material world.
It's true.
Yeah, this is.
He had deep realization.
This guy had.
You can say that loudly.
You can say it. Go ahead. Okay. What did you say?
Can I say it?
Okay.
I'll say it later.
So that is the nature. Who's listening here? Oh, okay. So that is the nature of love in this material world is like that. Is that although it is seemingly so amazing. I'm sure this is big song writer and artist.
Billy Joel, of course.
Billy Joel, I don't know. Billy Joel, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
Billy Joel, he's a big guy, and he thought he'd found his loving wife. Wow, they can get the most beautiful, most talented, amazing woman, who they call their love. But the nature of his love is as soon as you can no longer provide the bare necessities of. Bare necessities means woman's bare necessities is never ever increasing. So here, this is being described in his song, how the nature of material love is. That as soon as you can no longer give anymore, you're done. You're done, you're finished, no more. You can't have that anymore. You can't experience that anymore. It's just not there. So people think that as brahmacharis, we have no experience of love. People think that love is only with the opposite sex, or only with someone who you're sexually attracted to. They may also have some love between friendship, but that's also the same conditioning, that until you and me can smoke together, and until you and me can have a laugh together, once that ends, that's done. Once you get a wife and kids, and you go your own way, I go on my own way, then the love is broken again. So what is that love? There's no love there. It's just based on common interests, common sense gratification. As long as we have common sense gratification where we both can come together and enjoy, that is our love. That is my love for you. My love for you is to give you a joint today, and then you give me one tomorrow. If I give you one today and you don't give me one tomorrow, then the sourness in the relationship starts to develop. You'll see this between whether it's husband and wife, friend and friend. As soon as they feel that this person is not giving me what I want, and then the sourness starts to develop in the relationship. And so that relationship starts to break. So, people are so infatuated and so want to fall in love. I want love, 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 love. I want so much love. I can't wait to have love. But in their illusion, they don't understand what is love. They have no idea what is love. They don't know the nature of love. They don't know the reality of love. How it's beyond the platform of senses, how it's beyond the platform of the mind, how it's beyond the platform of intelligence, how it's on the level of the soul. It is impossible to understand actually. Pantashta koti vatsara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso munipungavanam tadve govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. No, this is a different verse. Now I'm saying now this is a different. But first there's that verse, and then later this verse is the. Why am I saying that? Because first it said, well, the yogis who travel at the speed of the mind cannot even conceive of the toenails, the effulgence of the toenails that are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They cannot even approach that. But the devotees, those who are close, they have love of Godhead. They achieve it very easily. But even those who perform thousands of years of austerities, they cannot even conceive of it. So what to speak of the materialist? Even the great yogis who have performed so much austerity, who have undergone so much difficulties, studied the Vedas, undergone self-control, they can't even come to the platform of this loving service to Krishna. It's a little more impersonal. It's a little more, there's some light, something. And so Rupa Goswami, as we quote a lot of the time, compares this to like the hoof print of a calf. And then it says we can't even think about the materialist. This is the level at which the yogi can come to. So what to speak of the materialist? There's not even worth speaking about them. They have no idea. They're absolutely clueless. So their love is not real love, and their so-called happiness is not happiness, but it's actually an intense level of suffering. Because you're not able to get it. You're not able to get what you want. You want love, but you can't get it. You're chasing and chasing and chasing, and it's actually the dark well that the Srimad Bhagavatam describes, in which you're screaming and you're screaming and screaming and nobody can hear you. This is the love that people are trying to get out there. They're trying to get it from a woman. They're trying to get it from a friend, from the opposite sex. No, I can't get it from a woman. It must be a man then. I can't get it from a man. It must be a man who thinks it's a woman. Or the other way around. So love does not make you go crazy. It does, in some sense. But this is a different level of crazy. Sense gratification makes you go insane. When there is, not just sense gratification, when there is a lack of love, when there's a lacking, when one feels, oh, I'm not able to get what I want. He thinks the materialist, the material mind, the conditioned soul, in his illusion, starts to try to manipulate material energy to try to get that. But it's hope against hope. It's hope against hope at every single step. There's no question of hope for them. So the extent of which the material energy will be manipulated and changed in order to try to get their sense gratification, it will become unlimited as time goes on. Just like as you've seen in the last 20 years that we've been alive, it's ridiculous how much things have changed. It's just every year it's just a new thing. It's like a new gender. It's like a new type of person, new type of feeling, new type of thing. Whatever, homosexual, and then you've got this transgender, and then soon there will be the pedophiles who will be also, that's also love. They need love too. Minor attracted people. And then animals, such and such. There's never an end to it. Why? Because it's not love. It's lust. And Krishna says like this, is that this burns like fire. It burns like fire. You cannot, there's no extent, there's no ending to it. It's like lust and greed. They just fuel. And it just grows and it just burns the person alive. Where can I get it? Where can I get it? Where can I get it? Just like these people are exactly like people in a desert who are looking for water. There's no difference. They're thirsty. They're thirsty. They're extremely thirsty. Their mouths are dry. And when your mouth is dry and when you go through an intense amount of thirst, you become illusioned. You become so illusioned, bewildered completely. You don't know what to do, what is to be done and what is not to be done. That is the symptom of one who is an illusion, one who is a demon. Demoniac consciousness of life. He has no idea, what should I do? Which way should I go? Should I turn? Should I turn left? Should I turn right? So what do? They follow the blind. Blind following the blind. And one person says, you know what? Come here, I'll show you. But that person is also blind and they cannot recognize that. Because they themselves are so illusioned. False promises in this material world. False love. So-called love, so much infatuation. Everything is centered around that. Today, you'll see in the university when you go there, people, I don't know how much it's in America, but I'm sure it's, especially university, everyone's young. They can enjoy their senses a little bit. Compared to Billy Joel, who's kind of realized, oh man, this is what actually what so-called love is done to me. But then still, because one is maddened and one is under illusion, Billy Joel thinks I can get it from someone else. It was just, this was a one-off case. So today you'll see everybody trying to get that. But you should recognize that sometimes it seems happy also. Sometimes it seems wonderful. It's like, look at that girl is very good looking, the guy is very good looking, and they look like they're having a good time. But one should understand that from the perspective of the Bhagavatam, how that he is actually being devoured. In the forest of material enjoyment, this is described, I won't go so much into it. But the living entity under illusion, he thinks that he's enjoying. We should be able to see past that. We should not become bewildered by that actually. When we see out there people holding hands and whatever, going about their day looking like, they're life is on the top of the world, we should immediately see through the eyes of the Bhagavatam, understand, oh, this person is actually suffering. They're actually screaming from inside. They don't even know it. That's how much illusion they're in. You know, sometimes when you ever cut yourself and never just didn't realize? It's like, didn't realize why? Because there's so much motor passion. It's like you're just moving so fast. You just like cut yourself open quite wide and you don't even realize until like half an hour later, and because blood starts to drip down. So such people, they're suffering and they won't realize that until even death, as Prabhupada says. Is at the time of death, that's when you see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of death. You realize at that time you become disillusioned. What did I do with my life? Neither do I know what real life is. I tried to enjoy my senses, I couldn't. I earned a bunch of money, now it's all gone. You know, it's all going to go. Where is it going? My family that I built, the house that I built, everything is gone. Now they can realize, oh, I wasted my damn life. So, the love of this material world, which is lust, because it's directed towards one's own senses, causes us great pain. So when the brahmacharis are asked, or the brahmacharis, or the devotees also, even in general, devotees who are practicing seriously because they're not running after the love of this material world, why don't you just enjoy? Go out, go to the ball, come to the ball. That's what it's called, right? The ball in America? You go dance.
Yeah.
The ball, homecoming,
Yeah.
the dance. Go to the ball, dance, enjoy, drink. Go drive on the highway, whatever, Highway 1 in California and experience it all. But this is simply a waste of time. This is simply a waste of the human form of life. So we see here it's something completely different. I mean, we see in our own lives something completely different. That love we're experiencing, what we're trying to experience, is on a different platform. It's not on the platform of enjoying our senses. It's actually, we're restraining our senses. Why? Because we're trying to give enjoyment to Krishna. We're trying to give enjoyment to the senses of Krishna, and that is the definition of love. This is the, Mahotsa Prabhu can quote it.
You didn't learn it yet?
So the desire to satisfy one's own senses is kama, but the desire to please the senses of Lord Krishna is prema. So this is real love. This is the platform of real love. And you can see the love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead towards His devotees. It's not just one way. Sometimes you love someone, but that person is just generally just, waiting to exploit you, or you're waiting to exploit them. But you see the love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here we see the pastime between Maharaj Ambarish and Durvasa Muni. That Lord Vishnu, immediately his Sudarshan Chakra is gone out. Immediately. The Lord is very vigilant, as we've heard, and Guru Maharaj, our own spiritual master, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, has discussed in the pastime of Gajendra. The loving attitude that Krishna has for his devotees. Gajendra, just one flower he lifted, that's it. Immediately. He was just waiting. Krishna was just waiting to reciprocate, to have that reciprocation with the devotee. So the platform of love is very different in reality. Platform of love is very different because love gives us great level of happiness, a great level of chastity, a great level of understanding of reality. So this, in the Krishna consciousness movement, this is the center thing, love for Krishna, bhakti. The love for Krishna is the center of everything. And not just not just Krishna doesn't just mean, okay, here's Krishna by himself. That primarily is actually experienced through the devotees. That is, it is the primary experience, Krishna Prema is primarily experienced through the love of the devotees. Because Krishna is in their hearts. Krishna is their hearts, and they are in Krishna's hearts, the pure devotees. So for us, when people question us, you're not experienced, you're not going out and developing relationship with a woman and such. We don't need such things. There's no requirement of it. We are experiencing something much, much higher. Something much higher that you cannot even conceive of, unfortunately. We're trying to help you understand. So, you can see in our own lives, it's very difficult for us to experience Krishna Prema. It takes some time. But one thing we can say is we have the Prema of Vaishnavas. We have got to experience love of the devotees. We may not have experience of love of Krishna. It's a very high platform to be on, as you see, what it takes. And we're not there yet, but Krishna is so kind, He sent His devotees. He's like, okay, you can't experience what love is to me exactly because you're conditioning, but here's my devotees. Here, I'm manifesting in the form of my devotees. Acharya Mam Vijaniyam. I am the Acharya. I am coming down, empowering my devotees to come, so that you can start to develop love for them. Because it actually is not different. To develop love towards the devotees and to develop love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead go hand in hand. They're non-different. But it's easier for us to develop love to the devotees than to Krishna, actually. It's easier for us to develop love to the spiritual master than to Krishna. It's just much easier. Why? Because they're right there. Krishna's there too, right there in the form of His holy name, but it's just like we're so much freaking full of ignorance that it's hard for us to realize and give Him attention and proper respect and allow that exchange of feelings with Krishna. It's very difficult. But it's not difficult with the devotees. It's not difficult. Like you can see that in our own lives, the only reason we became devotees is because of the other devotees. There's no other reason for me becoming a devotee or trying to become a devotee, aspiring to be a devotee. It's because I saw for some level of love just arose. This person's very nice. Why is he so nice? They invoke that attraction because of their love for Krishna. And when they speak and when they act and whatever they do, it is in love for Krishna. And so when you love them, Krishna is very pleased. Krishna, higher than worship of me, is the worship of the Vaishnava. So Krishna is so kind upon the conditioned soul. He loves each and every conditioned soul so much, the soul so much, the individual living entity, that He never gives a time, place, and circumstances where we are deprived of the association of devotees. When one endeavors and starts to go on the platform of devotional service, even before that, just like we're out there, or like when we were, lost in our situation, devotees were just out and about and we met them and it's like, whoa, who the heck are these people? And so if we're able to do the same, if we're able to act accordingly to the Shastra, and so we're going out and doing the same for others. We're obviously not feeling that way. We're at the mercy of everyone. But we're going out and performing service to the Lord. And people see that and they're inspired by that. So real love means actually to love the devotees. Real love means to actually develop deep, loving relationship with the devotees. Why? Because Krishna is pleased by that. Krishna is very, very pleased by that. And you can see Durvasa Muni can't understand it. He can't understand it. Even though he's a very great Brahmana, he's a very great mystic. He can do so many amazing mystical things, but he can't understand. He can't understand. Why? Because he doesn't have the favor. He doesn't have the favor of the devotee. He's not favored. Well, you see, Ambarish Maharaj, he forgives him very quickly. But he's not able to see because he's seeing through the eyes of his, materialistic vision. He doesn't see Ambarish Maharaj as a great personality. He says, I'm great, I'm coming here, you should respect me. You see Ambarish Maharaj's humble attitude. Okay, you curse me, I accept. No rebuttal. Okay, his humble attitude, the Vaishnava's qualities. So real love, we can see, is not with another woman. Is not with, whatever, a material friend or this or that. But it's actually with the Vaishnavas, and that is actually most available to us in the Brahmacharya ashram. It is right there. Actually, everything you need is right there. You should understand that if you're feeling a lack of love or feeling a lack of affection, that we're being illusioned. We become illusioned. That we are thinking in a materialistic way. We are thinking that the Vaishnava cannot fulfill my desire, or that they will not fulfill the real desire. We're thinking that the Vaishnavas, they lack something. We're thinking, I have to go outside of this association to go find something. Find what? What are you looking for? The Vaishnava, he is the holder of all. He holds Krishna within his heart, so he holds everything that you've ever wanted in your existence. But due to our foolishness, we won't be able to see it. Just like Maharaj Ambarish, he's not seeing it. He can't see that. Durvasa Muni, he's not seeing that. That Ambarish Maharaj, he's the person who holds all good qualities. He's the person who holds everything that I ever desired in my life. But it requires sincerity, humility, it requires submissiveness. It requires one to approach that Vaishnava in a humble attitude in order to get that knowledge imparted upon one's heart. It requires that. That is the only requirement, actually, that one is not envious of the devotees. You can see here, it's a little, the attitude of Durvasa Muni is really puffed up. There's not much regard given to Ambarish Maharaj. He just turns up, now it turns up at whatever time, doesn't consider Maharaj Ambarish's, all the different austerities he took, even after Durvasa Muni came. He had to go to the Brahmanas, consulted all the Brahmanas, he asked, what should I do? This is the situation. He went through all the proper authority in order to make that decision to drink water. And even then, he was such a, he's like a person that, cursed him. Said, okay, how dare you drink water how dare you not serve me? So the materialists are like that also. They think like that. Sometimes our parents may think like that sometimes. How dare you just, you went and joined the Brahmacharya ashram and, you didn't work for me. How dare, or sometimes, whatever, we may have wives or something that are not in Krishna consciousness, or husbands that are not in Krishna consciousness. Why don't you sit here and please me? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why are you wasting your time at the temple? If you're working a job overnight and you don't sleep all night, but you're working at a job, that is fine. But if you're at the temple chanting and hearing about the pastimes of Krishna and the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, then you're wasting time. As if it doesn't give sense gratification to me, then it's a waste time. So one has to understand that real love means to be established in a loving relationship with the Vaishnavas, in a loving relationship with the association that we have. And as some of the things that have been mentioned here, that even the most learned or experienced person cannot understand the movements of a Vaishnava, a pure devotee. No one therefore should criticize a pure Vaishnava. A Vaishnava knows his own business. Whatever he does is precisely right because he's always guided by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vaishnavas are always guided by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so we take shelter of them. We develop loving relationships with them. We develop deep loving affection with them. And it's not on the material platform at all. At least my experience has been, it's like way beyond that. It really goes deep. It really is more satisfying than anything any woman could give you. Any sex that you could ever had, any beauty of a woman. Sometimes we joke and talk about how, yeah, I'm ugly and this and this. And I was actually thinking about this deeply and I was like analyzing it a little bit. It's such a materialistic vision, actually. Actually, this is an offense in one of the... But we're joking, of course, it's friendship. But we shouldn't develop that vision exactly. We should understand that we should have that because actually the Vaishnava is very beautiful. The Vaishnavas are very, very beautiful. Their qualities, their everything, whatever, even their bodies are very beautiful. Just seeing them is purifying, actually. Just seeing the Vaishnava is purifying. You'll know when you start to live amongst materialists and see them every day, what it's like to see Vaishnavas. What it's like to see Vaishnavas that are dedicated to loving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is real love. We're going to go out there today and see so many people and so many sort of different scenarios and where seemingly they're in love. But we can understand the love that we're experiencing in the association that we're having right now. Traveling in a van together, distributing books together, serving together, doing kirtan together. There's no animosity, there's no envy, there's no greed, there's no lust here. There's a feeling of, that's why we're able to serve together, because we're like, at least I don't feel that there's any greed or envy towards each other. It shouldn't be there. Otherwise, it's material. Then everybody's considered their own benefit. What will I get out of this? But at least I can say that by the grace of Guru and Krishna, the association that I'm in, I feel very fortunate to have association of devotees that are unmotivated in their service to Krishna, and therefore you can have a really deep loving relationship with them. You don't have to fear if you're going to be cheated. You don't have to fear. There's no fear. There's no fear. It's like even sometimes situations are like that. One devotee goes away. A devotee may go away. Someone that you have a really loving relationship with you, and they may not practice anymore, or they may fall from the path of pure devotional service and fall into some other weird thing within so-called devotional service. Even then, at those times, you can start to see how Krishna arranges your life in different ways to give you more as long as you're surrendered. He gives you more and more. It's unlimited amounts. You can never understand how much Krishna can give us. As you surrender to me, I shall reward you accordingly. Just like in my own life, I've seen that, having different associations, and then those associations falling apart, even within devotional service, just to give a rise to higher association that is deep and very, this is like, wow, I never would have expected this one. It's like unimaginable. So Krishna is very amazing. He loves the devotees. He's within the core of the heart of the devotees. He always protects the devotee. And so you see this in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his love for his devotees. You see this in the form of our acharyas, of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. You see this in Srila Prabhupada. You see this in our own spiritual master. And so we should imbibe those qualities. We should endeavor to come to that platform, so when people come, they can see the real thing. People's hearts aren't going to change because...
Sorry.
No problem.
You're not working today?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
So
So that's it. So I don't know what I don't know what I was saying.
Then the devotees, the acharyas, the spiritual master.
So we should imbibe those qualities, and so when people come, they can get a practical experience of what that is. When you walk into that association, you just know, it's like, oh, this is real love. Okay, that changes the heart. You can speak so much philosophy, and you can be such a great scholar and recite all the verses and do all of these things. But if the purification hasn't taken place within our hearts, and we still have envy, greed, and lust, and people come in and they'll notice that. So this loving relationship between the devotees, the Lord, these are all established simultaneously. The more you develop that loving affection with Krishna's devotees, the more your love for Krishna grows. That's how you can see. That's how you can test. How much do I appreciate these Vaishnavas within my heart? Externally, we can say so many things. Yes, you're so nice, you're so amazing. But how much are we actually deeply considering every day in our life going, I'm so happy that I wake up and I'm next to these devotees. I'm so I can't, it's like, that's been my experience so far every day. Is just like, wow, damn, I don't deserve to be in the association of these devotees. It's like, they're so freaking awesome. They're so amazing. They're not envious. They want to become pure. They're sweet. They care about me. They love me. It's like, where else can I get that? Where else? There's nowhere else. Not from a woman, not from my parents, not from this, not from that. So this is it. This is the end all and be all. Don't think there's anything else. Don't think there's anything more in this world. This is beyond. We're going beyond anything they can even conceive of. So-called Valentine's Day, we can appreciate the devotees of the Lord and their love for Krishna, and we can try to develop deep loving attachments towards them. That can be our Valentine's. It can be that loving relationship between devotees, centered around worshipping and glorifying Krishna and distributing that message that is being given by Krishna. So I'm sorry, I think I might have gone a little bit longer. We started a little later, so I didn't get to prepare so much for this one. But if there's any questions or comments, please.
You can read this verse, and after you read it, then you can say whatever I want to say.
You're going to send it to me on WhatsApp?
No.
You want to read it?
I mean, I thought you have the thing, right?
You can take it off too.
This is anyway, you can see.
This is from Bhagavatam 7th Canto, 6th chapter, 11 to 13. How can a person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart being always filled with their pictures, give up their association? Specifically, a wife is always very kind and sympathetic. And always pleases her husband in a solitary place. Who could give up the association of such a dear and affectionate wife? Small children talk in broken language, very pleasing to hear. And their affectionate father always thinks of their sweet words. How could he give up their association? One's elderly parents and one's sons and daughters are also very dear. A daughter is especially dear to her father, and while living at her husband's house, she is always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this, in householder affairs, there are many decorated items of household furniture, and there is also animals and servants. Who could give up such comforts? The attached householder is like a silkworm, which weaves a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned, unable to get out, simply for the satisfaction of two important senses, the genitals and the tongue. One is bound by material conditions. How can one escape?
And this we should understand.
One second.
The other one is not working.
The thing is, it's not. I have to connect it to a hard drive.
The point is, that, you could see, you could see someone really wealthy person, and what's the most bewildering is when someone becomes very wealthy at a young age, and then driving this really amazing car, and they're fit, and they're good looking, and then they have their fit and good looking wife with them, and then They may even have fit and they may have good kids and all this, and you may think like, how is this person suffering? It doesn't seem like they're screaming on the inside. It seems like they have everything. And then what's even more bewildering is like if they're like devotees, like of sorts, or like you can even see, and there may be even people who may be like facilitating so many brahmanas and doing all this and doing all that. And we can see in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. What time do you have to take your mother to work? Auntie, what time do you have to leave?
I have to be there by 9.
Oh,
9:30.
And how far is it from here?
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Less
Okay.
than 5.
Okay. So, sometimes, you may think that. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's an example of Hiranya Majumdar and Govardhan Majumdar. Who are these people? They are the uncle and the father of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami was the wealthiest person. So Lord Chaitanya told to Raghunath Das Goswami that both your uncle and your father are like worms in stew. They're very happy with their situation. The situation to renounce and detach from this world doesn't come about. We can even see Raghunath Das Goswami, who's a very exemplar of Vairagya. He had more wealth than Indra. His wife was more beautiful than Indra. He had all the good qualities, nothing lagging, but still, nothing could bind him up to this material world. But we can see as someone who is like this, how are they suffering? How it doesn't look like they're suffering. What to speak of if they're like chanting and like they're doing all these things. But if the detachment of giving that up doesn't arise, especially after a certain point of time, the attachment is still there, then we should understand that the attachment is so strong that especially if the husband is too attracted to the wife, and the attraction to the wife is too strong, then what happens? In the next life, the man becomes a woman. And then samsara increases and increases and increases and increases. So that's how we should understand. That's how we should understand that these people are suffering like anything actually. They're like, there's so much in illusion that death will be very difficult for them. Especially like when you're really attached, when you have everything going well for you, and then when death comes, you will not be ready to leave that. A person can be attached to like living, we could, you guys are attached to your yoga mats. I mean, definitely. I'll let you know, I'm attached to my yoga mat, no doubt. Attached to the pillow, the scarf, and the sleeping bag, But like, it's true. But, what's a bigger attachment? What's a bigger attachment to have?
it's easy to give up a yoga mat.
And you can get a new yoga mat, and like, there's not much karmic reaction if you just give it up abruptly. Whoops. Whoops. Hotel tonight, sleeping on the bed. There's no karmic reaction for that. But there is a big karmic reaction if you abruptly give up your family life in the mode of passion. But and also there's a reaction if you just get too attached. You become responsible. Just like make sure you can maintain your wife and kids. Once they're grown up, then you should be ready to renounce. Don't sit there waiting at the age of 75, waiting for the granddaughter to come or the grandson to come. That's the nature of someone who's actually becoming detached. Actually, not all this other stuff. Not this, not that. We should understand this is a very important point to note. That's what when you see someone, especially who has it all made for them. And so if you see someone who has it all made for them and you approach them let's just say you approach them for a donation, and then when they don't give it, although they clearly, like, you can see, like, they may just come out of the store and they put their wallet in their wallet, and the wallet itself must be full of, like, you can see just like a big wad of hundreds in there. And the fact that they wouldn't want to even part with even a little bit shows how much of a slave they are to their own senses. How much of a slave they are to their own wealth. And it'll just bind them up. That's why Vedanta Desika, when he went begging, someone was giving him grains, and then, like, someone gave him, like, in his grains, gave him, like, all this gold.
Take it, so then they hid it in the
All this gold, within the grains. They hid it and they gave it to him. And then when he got back, and his wife, she saw this and she's like, "What is this?" And because he maintained poverty on his own. What is this? I've never seen. He said, "Oh, this is a very dangerous thing. Gold, throw it out, throw it out." She said, "Why? What is a dangerous thing?" You see, gold. It eventually starts off on your finger, and starts off on your toe like a toenail, and then it comes up and it becomes like an anklet, and then it comes up and it becomes like a big thing. What do they wear? Like they wear something around. I don't even know what it's called. Thank God, but like it comes and you cover the gold here, and then eventually like the gold the ring goes from here, becomes an armlet, and then it becomes like no whatever I don't know what all these are called, bangles, and then becomes an armlet, and it comes onto your neck and it squeezes you and kills you. The attachment for wealth. He says, so throw this out. It is not needed. And so we understand from all these different points of view that how much people are actually suffering when they become greedy, after all this. And it's simply an illusion to keep yourself more and more an illusion. You may have everything may be really nice. You may have, in some countries you're allowed to have more than one wife. You may have a few wives and everything may be amazing. And then Israel will come and bomb your whole country. Then what happens? When you have more to lose, the pain is more, the anxiety is more, all these things are more. So no matter how good a situation may be in this world, it's temporary. And sometimes you realize it's temporary abruptly, or you realize it's temporary at the time of death. It's temporary nonetheless. But the relationship of with Hari Guru and Vaishnava, the love for Hari Guru and Vaishnava is eternal. And then I remember we were, in New Talavan, and Abhimanyu Sutta Prabhu and myself, we were there, and my Guru Maharaj's neem stick that he brushes his teeth with, it had gotten bad, So so Guru Maharaj noticed that there's like a false neem tree somewhere, and then I said, Guru Maharaj, would you like for us to get you a twig to brush your teeth? So then, he said, yes, go get it. So then, we went, we got the thing, and it was the middle of, it was in the night, not middle of the night, it was the night, and the moon was full, so we could see. So we were like going and we're like, where are we going to find it? But somehow we figured out where this tree was. We went, we got some twig, but he said, too small. Then we again went and we got it, and he said, too big. Again we said, oh, this is perfect, And then he brushed his teeth with his twig, and then and me and Abhi were like in complete bliss, and I asked my Guru Maharaj, like, Guru Maharaj, I heard that it's you very easily fall asleep, Jacob. I told Guru Maharaj, I heard you very easily fall asleep if you get like a foot massage at night, Guru Maharaj. Would you like one? He said, yeah. You know what? Let's do it. And then, me and Avi went, and oh my God, we were like, massaging Guru Maharaj's face. And it was like the most amazing thing. And I was thinking, everyone is looking to fall in love with someone. It's better to fall in love with the spiritual master.
Yeah.
And then, and in the same room the next day, again, I was talking to my Guru Maharaj, and I was, revealing some things to him, which is the duty of a disciple to reveal. And then, my Guru Maharaj, he gave me an instruction to write a book about what we were discussing about. And then, and then he told me, that, and then I was telling him, like everyone is looking for someone to fall in love with, but the right person to fall in love with is spiritual master. And he was so happy, it's true. That's the thing. And what does love for the spiritual master mean? Love for the spiritual master doesn't just mean I have some feelings and I, give him like, 500 or 5,000 or 50,000 or 500,000 or $5 million every Vyasa Puja or something. Like love for the spiritual master means, Prabhupada said, sticking to the vows of initiation. That's what love for the spiritual master means. Not this, not that, not the other thing, but sticking to the vows of initiation. That's what love means. We can think so many other things. Definition. Anyway. Anything else? Online? Oh, we are not online. Jacob? You want to get attached to your yoga mat? You have anything? Your wife? You want to ask her? How do you know? He's dropping you, right?
No. I'm going to take the vehicle, and you guys can drop him if possible.
Okay.
It's
No
not
problem.
too far away.
No problem.
We are right by Orange Blossom Tree.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
Hare Krishna, auntie. Thank you.
Were you looking at?
He just lives. No. We're gonna drop
There.
to get picked up.
Key to lock the door.
Yeah, I'll
Are
get
you ready
that
to
one.
go? You gonna leave yours? You gonna leave yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll drop him off at your work and then he'll bring the car back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and she's probably not.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's hope she didn't hear the class. All right.
Right. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Is your phone, right? I'll check out.